We've shared many stories with you about polygamous couples, men with lots of wives, almost enough to start a soccer team, including substitutes. But this one is different and surprising. This 62-year-old man wasn't happy with just his wife, so he married another woman who is only 23, the same age as his young child. He used all the family's resources to build this new house and buy this car for his new wife. Inside this house there is everything you could need, unlike his first wife's home. She lives here in this bad house with a bad kitchen, and she even has to fetch water from a swamp. It makes you wonder, how could someone do this? What did this young woman do to convince this 62-year-old man to give her so much? When I was in Tanzania, I found this couple.
Karibu kwanza. Naitwa Mzee Makoti.
Welcome home. My name is Makoti. I'm 62 and have 5 kids. I have my first wife and another hot young lady. So in short, I have 2 wives.
Mimi naitwa Zuhura Mwikondo.
My name is Zuhura. I am the first wife and the mom of all 5 kids. Talking about this is hard because we have a lot of problems in our family.
He used to be a great support for his family, doing all the things a man is expected to do for them. However, as time went by, he became dissatisfied with having just one wife and decided to find another. The surprising part is that his new wife is a young girl, much younger than him, with a 40-year age gap. This young lady won over his heart completely. Because of this, he started to neglect his first wife. He also began spending the family's money on this younger woman, focusing a lot of his time and resources on her instead of the family he had built with his first wife.
Kwa majina naitwa Neila na umri miaka 23.
My name is Neila. I'm 23 years old and I run my own business. This house is mine and I am the second wife. I fell in love with him because he was really kind and caring, more than most men. He did so much for me that made me decide to love him. He bought this house for me and he also bought me a car. Yes, I know he has another wife, but I don't care.
Mimi ndio ninakuambia, nina mke wangu nampenda.
I can say that. I love my first wife very much. She is the mother of my children. I don't believe I made a mistake. God made men to marry women, but sometimes a man might feel that one woman isn't enough. If you meet a beautiful girl who makes you happy, wanting to make her your wife doesn't seem like a problem to me. I think there's no issue with my first wife because I look after her well and provide everything she needs. Whatever else is said by people doesn't matter to me.
Looking at me, you can tell I'm very sad. When he says there are no problems between us and that he cares for me, it hurts. Just look around my house at the kitchen. This is where I live. I don't have nice clothes or shoes to wear. Only our youngest child is getting an education. He once took our money to buy land and even built a house for his second wife. I also heard that he bought her a car. So to everyone watching, do I seem like a happy woman? Honestly, him having another wife isn't the issue for me. The problem is he used all our money for her and she's very young. They shouldn't even be together.
I admit the money I used to build a house for my second wife was supposed to be for the whole family, including my first wife and me. However, it's not true that I used all our money for that. I believe I should look after my second wife's needs, just like I did for my first wife, because both are important to me. So I don't think it should be such a big issue.
We found each other on TikTok. I noticed someone always liked my posts, so I messaged him, and we started getting to know each other until we began dating. He bought the house and the car I have now. Some people say his family isn't doing well, but I don't believe it because he always denies it when I ask. It's confusing to me how he can afford to buy me a house like this if his family is struggling. Honestly, I didn't do anything special for him to do all this for me. I guess it's just because he loves me.
Since this girl arrived, there hasn't been any peace because the man took all the family's property to spend it on her. The first wife's house is in really bad shape, everything is falling apart, and she doesn't even have clean water. She has to go to a swamp to get water. On the other hand, the second wife's house is modern and has everything you could want. The first wife is left all alone, while the second wife has a good life full of love, without any troubles. The man does whatever he wants without worrying about anything.
I can't believe it. My life feels shattered. I've never spoken to his other wife because she's on a higher social level with a nice house and car, so I don't fit in with her world. My husband doesn't even sleep in our house anymore. I'm not sure if they're planning to get married or what, but it's not my concern. Still, it's heartbreaking to see a husband neglect his first wife and make such choices. This issue isn't unique to me. Many women experience it. I've heard from others that it's common for a man, especially as he gets older, to seek out a younger woman to take care of him. It's like you could be in this situation along with 10 other women.
The first wife is facing many problems, but the second wife is having a great time. She enjoys her life, often drinks beer, and always says nice things about her husband. She has a nice house and a car, and she gets whatever she wants because her husband has done a lot for her, including starting a business for her. Even the people living nearby are surprised and confused by how they act when they are together.
My name is Mariam, and I've been living near this family for quite some time. It's tough to express how we all see this family, but everyone is truly shocked by the recent events. It's disheartening to see the shift in the behavior of a man who was once known to deeply love his wife. His actions have changed significantly, and now he spends a lot of time with someone much younger, displaying affection openly, which has caught the attention of everyone around. It's unusual and not expected for someone to form such a close relationship with a much younger person and provide her with a house and a car. This situation has become the talk of the neighborhood, leaving no one unaware of the changes within this family.
People might think I'm crazy, but it doesn't bother me. Have you noticed that young men are now interested in older women, while older men are interested in younger ladies? It's like we've switched places.
I decided to live with him because he's very caring. He looks after me more than someone my age might. He appreciates someone who takes good care of him, shows a lot of affection, and does what he likes. As a young lady, I understand what I need to do in this relationship. I'm not worried about his family. What matters to me is feeling loved and cared for. His family's issues are not something I get involved in.
Today, the things a man does for a younger woman were once only dreams for his first wife. Everything she wished for was being given to another woman. Since this man retired, he only spends his time with this young lady. Meanwhile, his first wife and children are having a tough time, which he dismisses as untrue. Whenever his wife points out the problems, it leads to arguments and conflict at home. The situation has gotten to a point where it seems nothing can be changed.
Neno la kumwambia yani kwamba mimi hapa nilipo. Huyo binti siwezi nikamwacha.
The only thing I can tell my first wife is that I can't leave the other girl. It doesn't matter if she agrees or not. Since I've been an adult, there were experiences I missed out on until I met that girl. I wasn't happy before, but now I feel good. My first wife can decide whatever she wants to do, but leaving my second wife is something I won't do. No matter what, I can't leave her.
Kweli, yani mambo haya kwa wanaume wengi sana wanaotudhalilisha sisi wanawake zao.
A lot of mothers are really exhausted. I've accepted the situation because it's so strange and I feel like I can't change anything. But I'm worried that this girl might try to take everything my husband owns. I don't think there's true love between them. Now, I'm doing my best to make sure my children and I have enough of what we need because honestly, this man has misled you that he supports us, but not.
From what this girl says, it seems clear that she doesn't actually love the man. It looks like she's interested in him for reasons that are very different from love. She might be with him for things like money, gifts, or something else she can get from the relationship, rather than genuinely caring about him.
Kwa mimi bado, kwa sababu ndo kwanza.
For me, what he has given me isn't enough. If his wife thinks I'm going to officially marry her husband, I would tell her to relax because I'm not ready for that, and it's not even something I'm considering. So, I wish people would just relax, stop getting involved in what's not their business, and stop messing with our relationship.
Lakini mimi kumwacha yule nakipiga kifuani hapa. Siwezi nikaacha.
My advice to young women is not to break up someone else's family. It can bring bad luck, and I wouldn't wish anything bad on that girl. But I believe she'll face consequences for her actions one day. As for my husband, I don't have much to say anymore. I've decided to focus on raising my children and let them do as they want. He's grown and knows what he's doing.
It's important to understand why and how this happens, so we can look out for ourselves and others. This story shows the problems and emotional ups and downs in relationships with more than one partner, how people think and talk about such relationships, and how each person tries to find happiness and satisfaction. It's good to follow what makes us happy, but it's also important to be careful about the consequences it might cause. Thanks for watching. I am Simon Greenwood, and this is Afrimax English. Please remember to subscribe.